Just to say, they weren't looking for hats.
Needless to say.
Gentlemen, this is my shop. Sergeant, who do you think you are?
We're bailiffs, sir.
Bailiffs acting on court orders.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I suppose.
Yeah, the way they was going. Yeah, I suppose so. Still, it's too bad. Too damn bad.
For sure. Gave it his all, that shop. Sam did.
If only old McQuaid hadn't had it in for him.
Somehow I'm finished. Stop, I tell you. I'll get you. I'll get you for this.
See fools go bankrupt. I must say, in Sam's case, I'm especially pleased.
It was you, Father. It was you that caused him to.
Me? How so?
Because no one would give Sam credit. Simply no one.
No one would give Sam credit because Sam's a fool. Because he's a bad business risk. My feelings towards him have nothing to do
Oh,
with
they have, Father, and you know it. You're a powerful man. You're a powerful man, and people don't dare to offend you. As long as you and Sam are enemies, no one will help him out.
Sam's troubles are Sam's own fault. They're for him to solve, not me.
Well, in that case, Father, I'd better leave.
As you wish, Simon. Before you do, however, I have a small gift. For you, Sarah, not him. It was your mother's.
You're giving me this?
Yes.
Why?
Sam, I refuse to help. Not you, Sarah. You are still my daughter.
And so you give me this. Enough to save us from personal bankruptcy, but not enough to save the shop.
Precisely. Do you accept? I shan't offer it again.
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much.
So how much is it worth, do you think?
It's hard to say. Quite a bit. 500, maybe.
Enough to save the house, but not the shop.
He won't help you, Sam. He just won't.
And until he does, no one else will either. Which means I'm finished, ladies. The shop's done for.
I know.
Don't say that. Just don't. There's got to be some way out.
2,500. That's what I owe, Harry. Now, where am I going to get that sort of money? Next Thursday, my stock goes up for auction. That'll get me 300 or 400 at most. Together with that, that's 800. It's not enough, not nearly.
Measly little ring. Too bad he didn't give you the necklace.
The necklace? Oh, you mean not a chance.
What necklace?
Well, Sarah's mother had this necklace. Diamonds. It was absolutely gorgeous. She only wore it on very special occasions.
A diamond necklace.
Remember that time you and I dressed up?
Oh, I was the queen of Samarkand, and you were my lady-in-waiting.
Just what are you two talking about?
Oh, it's before your time, Sam, dear. Well, you know that Harriet's mother was our cook. Now, we were allowed to play together, but it wasn't exactly encouraged.
I know the feeling.
Anyway, one day my mother was out, and she and I crept up into my mother's bedroom, and on the table was this box, ebony, all inlaid with rosewood.
Inside was a diamond necklace. It was absolutely unbelievable. I'd never seen anything so beautiful in my life. Sarah put it on.
Well, I put it half on. We couldn't get the clip done up, and while we were struggling with it, my mother came in.
Did you get in trouble?
No, surprisingly not. She just did the clip up. She stood back and she said, "Don't you look beautiful? A real little queen."
Oh, and you did. You are absolutely gorgeous.
Well, who wouldn't be with 3,000 in diamonds strung around their necks?
3,000?
Oh, they were the real thing.
3,000? Oh, my God.
It's funny to think of, you know, but that necklace is actually mine.
Yours?
Well, not legally, but morally. My mother always said that she'd give it to me when I got married, but then, of course, she died first.
Yours. $3,000 necklace.
Oh, it's mine, all right. But just try to get your hands on it.
Don't you worry, my darling, we will.
Thank you, sir, and here's your receipt. Next.
I'd like to send these to Waterdown.
Well, now, what do we have here? Pigeons. Right, in that case, there'll be a slight extra charge for the handling.
That's okay.
So, that'll be $1.42 plus the extra handling charge, 25 cents, $1.67. Will that be cash, sir, or COD?
Cash. No. Come to think of it, that'll be COD.
To whom in Waterdown are they going?
Mr. George McQuaid, M, small c, capital Q.
McQuaid George Waterdown. Is that you, sir, or someone else?
Someone else.
Well, then I'll need your name, too.
Lackall.
Huh?
L-A-C-K-G-A-L-L. Mr. Peter Lloyd Lackall.
You do realize, Mr. Lackall, these won't make tonight's train.
Yes, I realize that. But they will go out tomorrow.
First thing on the 5:10, which means they should be in Waterdown by 6:20.
That's fine. Oh, by the way, one last little thing. My friend is going to pick them up sometime in the afternoon. Could you indicate that on the label?
Certainly. I'll just write, please hold.
It's fine.
Please hold. There you go.
Thank you so much.
No problem at all, sir. Next.
Well, Frenchie, how are you? A little smelly, I noticed. Here, have yourself a bath. Well, boys, you getting your fill? Eat up. Tomorrow you'll earn it.
Are they all sit in here?
More or less. Dolores won't eat. I think maybe she's sick.
She doesn't look too good, does she? Come here. Atta girl. That's not too serious, I don't think.
You weren't planning to take her, were you?
Not at Woodstock. Oh, no. Just the new ones I've been training.
By the way, you staying the night?
Yeah, I have to. No night train back.
That's what I figured.
Yep. Train's all set then, eh?
Pretty well. I'll coop your birds for you in the morning.
Yeah, well, guess I'll be turning in then.
Sure thing. Good night, Pop.
Good night.
Well, Oscar, my beauty. Not a good job for you tomorrow. Quite a little job indeed. First, you have to get rid of this.
No, that's fine.
You want to cut off your circulation?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. I think that does it. Where's the gag?
It's right there. Before you do that, are you sure you got everything?
I'm positive.
You better double check.
I just did. Food, toilet things, chloroform, nitrate.
Where's the note?
It's right there on the wall, silly.
So, you better give me a farewell kiss.
Oh.
Why 2 coops?
Today's market day. Thought maybe I'd sell some squabs.
You said you were going to be back in time to clock in my birds.
So what time are you releasing them?
2:30?
Don't worry, I'll be back.
You better be.
Don't worry, I'll be back by noon at the latest.
Morning, Pete.
Larry, good day to you, sir. And how's your lovely daughter today?
Fine, Mr. Stewart.
Well, where are you two off to?
She's off to market, sell some squabs.
Sell some pin money.
Me, I'm off to Woodstock.
Oh, what's going on up there?
Nothing much. Nothing official, anyway. Just visiting and giving these a spin.
Oh, is that the new batch you've been training?
That's right. Time for their first long flight. By the way, Harriet, we better set our watches.
Here, you do it.
Oh, speaking of birds, have I got something to show you?
What's that?
Come on over here and take a look. We came in on the milk train this morning.
Who for?
McQuaid. George McQuaid.
McQuaid?
Yep.
I never knew McQuaid was a pigeon fancier.
Well, neither did I, but there's your proof.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, he isn't.
How's that?
Oh, them squabs. They're for eating.
How can you tell?
I just can't, that's all. No bands, for one thing. If there was homers, they'd have bands.
You mean McQuaid sent all the way to Toronto just for some pigeon pie?
It looks like it.
Only do. Well, it's no business of mine. Come on down there and I'll get you your ticket.
Okay. Seeing you, Harriet.
Seeing you, Pop. Good luck with the new birds.
Yeah, you'll be back in time to block them in, eh?
I will, don't worry.
That's funny.
It's like McQuaid. It's a hankering for pigeon pie, so he sends to Toronto. Water down ain't good enough for him.
Yeah, he always was a snob. Witness Sam.
That's for damn sure.
Just me, Mrs. Norris. The milk's on the... Oh, my God! There, that's got it. Robbed, was you?
No, not robbed. Sarah, they've taken her.
Taken her? Who?
Sarah, two men, they grabbed her last night, knocked me down and tied me up and dragged her off. They left a note there on the wall.
McQuaid. It's addressed to McQuaid.
Your late wife's necklace. Just the diamonds unset. Don't delay. You'll hear from us again.
Sarah abducted, held for ransom. It's just so unbelievable. I mean, who would do such a thing?
Any number of people, the whole of Wentworth County knows about that necklace.
Dear, this is just dreadful. What are you going to do?
Operator, get me Premier Mowatt's office in Toronto. Tell them it's George McQuaid. Tell them it's urgent.
Let's just go over it again, Mr. Norris. Everything, no matter how seemingly insignificant.
I'll do my best, Inspector.
Tuesday, you were in Toronto. You got back home about 8 o'clock. You and your wife had a cup of tea, and then you went to bed.
That's right.
So, what got you up?
I heard a noise. Actually, I didn't hear a noise. Sarah did.
Ah.
She woke me up and asked me if I'd locked the door.
And had you?
As it turns out, no.
Do you often forget to lock the door?
No, I usually make sure the door is locked, but at the time I couldn't remember, so she asked me to go downstairs and check.
What time was it?
I was late, very late. Early, in fact. There was just a faint glow in the east. I didn't bother with the candle.
So then you got up and went downstairs?
That's right. I came down the stairs, just as we're doing now, and into the kitchen. Once I was in the kitchen, I looked around, but I couldn't see much. It was darker down here. Anyway, I wasn't all nervous. I just walked over to check the door. What's I got over here, I noticed that, yeah, the door was unlocked. Stupid of me, I thought. So I locked it. And then I noticed that the floor was wet. Now, that seemed odd to me. So I bent over to take a look at it. And that's when they hit me.
Where?
Right here, the back of the head. They must have been hiding in the pantry.
Knock you out?
No, but it stunned me. By the time I'd recovered, they had me tied up and gagged.
I don't suppose you could give me a description of either of them.
Impossible, sir. Just impossible. It was pitch black.
So then they gagged you and tied you to the newel post.
That's right. They seemed to know exactly what they were doing. They never spoke a word. They just did their work. They tied me up, gagged me, and they went upstairs to get Sarah. Then down and out. It was on the way down that they left the note.
Oh. The note wasn't addressed to you?
No, to Sarah's father, George McQuaid.
The note is quite specific, Inspector. Just the diamonds, unset. These.
Convenient.
I beg your pardon?
That you should have them to hand.
Convenient isn't quite the right word, Inspector. This necklace belonged to my late wife.
When did she die?
1575.
Quite some time ago.
That's right. In fact, it occurred to me, too, peculiar people should remember so long.
People have long memories, especially where diamonds are concerned. Did many know about your wife's necklace?
Oh, too many, it seems. That's with my late wife. Used to wear them quite a bit. Special occasions, of course, but often.
Diamonds are the perfect ransom.
What?
Easy to sell, difficult to trace.
So what happens now?
Well, unfortunately, the next move is theirs, not ours. We'll just have to wait till they tell us what they want done with the diamonds.
So what are you going to do, Inspector?
If you'll excuse me, there are some things I can do. If another note should happen to arrive, don't do anything till I get back.
Don't. When will you be back?
Oh, an hour, say, an hour and a half.
Well, then you'll be here for lunch. I'll tell the servants.
Oh, that's good of you.
Inspector, I love my daughter. Sarah and I may have had our differences, but she's still my daughter.
Yes.
Inspector Cameron. Inspector Cameron, the detective.
Yes. I need a dog, ma'am.
The great detective himself.
Yeah, a bloodhound, preferably.
Whom I'm forever reading about in the papers. Inspector, I'm a fan.
Oh.
Sheba McLaughlin.
Ha!
There's not just me. There's Sally Higgins across the way, too, and there's old Jim McConsky down the road. We're all of us fans. Huge fans.
Oh, I'm flattered, ma'am.
Sheba.
Sheba, I'm greatly flattered, but I need a dog, and I need it now.
A bloodhound, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Sheba.
Oh, Sheba, yes. The experienced one of you have it.
When I tell Sally Higgins that the great detective needed a bloodhound, was desperate for a bloodhound, was here, right here, ready and eager to play, and he sorted out her price.
No, wait a minute. I don't want to buy the dog, just rent it.
And I couldn't comply. She's going to be a gas.
What's that? You can't comply? Why not?
Don't have one.
Rubbish. Here's one.
No. Isn't he a beauty? Believe you me, Inspector, if this dog could talk, he wouldn't speak to either of us. It's strictly high class. It's named after a famous character in Italian opera.
French, yes. Cyrano de Bergerac, a character famous for his nose.
That's the one, all right. It's not a more famous nose in the whole of Wentworth County. While you present this dog with a glove for 50 paces, you track it to the moon.
Oh, he'll do fine. I presume you'll loan him.
Sorry, Inspector, I couldn't possibly.
Why not?
Well, you see, Cyrano was given me by my Uncle Caleb. Poor dead Uncle Caleb, may God have mercy on his bones. His death was very mysterious, Inspector. Myself, I always suspected foul play. He was the same as you and me of a Tuesday. Took sick of a Wednesday, and he died of a Friday. Now, what would that be? Arsenic strychnine.
Oh, well, if the dog has some sentimental value, I assure you he'll be in the most responsible hands, Sheba.
I'm sorry, Inspector. I couldn't possibly loan him. Couldn't possibly loan Cyrano. Sell him, maybe. But only maybe. Depending on the price.
I'll give you $10. The dog's not worth $5.
Oh, now, well, Uncle Caleb was always a great admirer of yours. Perhaps, if it was to track down some maniacal blood-drenched villa, maybe, in that case, 25.
15. That's my final offer, Sheba.
1850, but only in the cause of Her Majesty's justice.
1550. Yes, I had a case in a small town near a place called Lake Shagawigamok. Excellent fishing there.
So, what do we have here? Ah, liver and kidneys. I hope that's agreeable to you, Inspector?
Oh, most admirable.
So you're a fishing enthusiast?
Oh, one of the greatest joys of Canada, I find. Never experienced fishing like it.
Carrots, Inspector?
Oh, thanks very much.
My sister is also an outdoor enthusiast.
Oh, really?
She's a bird watcher, a most avid one.
Oh, indeed. So is my niece, Prudence. You ought to meet. Yeah. Are there a great many varieties in these parts?
Oh, yes. Coote's Paradise between here and Dundas is a famous nesting spot.
Salt, Inspector?
Oh, thank you.
You find almost everything there. Excellent fishing as well.
I beg your pardon?
Coote's Paradise. It's also famous for its fishing.
Oh, well, in that case,
Excuse me, Mr. McQuaid?
Yes, Elizabeth, what is it?
I found this in the hall.
Oh, my God. What am I to do, Inspector?
Well, read it, I should think.
I'm to go to the railway station alone. There I'm to meet the go-between. He'll be wearing grizzle gray and a white scarf. What should I do, Inspector?
Well, in my opinion, kidnapping has always been one of the most foolish and risky of ventures.
Why?
Well, simply because, by some means or another, the ransom must pass from you to them. From you to them, Mr. McQuaid. And doing so, inevitably, it must leave a trail. Have you got the diamonds?
Right here.
May I have them?
Certainly.
A trail, which, if we're fortunate, will leave a trace.
But how?
There are all sorts of marvelous smells in the world. All sorts. But none, I should think, to surpass this marvelous liver. Take the jewels, Mr. McQuaid. I take them to the railroad station, unaccompanied, as instructed, and feel free to give them to your grizzle gray white scarfed go-between. I, for my part, require merely this.
Inspector?
Oh, but...
Oh, grizzle gray, you say?
That's right.
With the white scarf?
Yes, yes, he's here.
Well, now that you mention it, someone answering that description did drop by earlier. Or at least something.
No. Just eat that wee bit. You'll have the rest later.
Don't you make game of me. This is urgent.
Well, urgent or no, you'll still have to pay up.
Bribery.
On the contrary, sir, company policy, $1.67 paid by the customer before delivery of the goods.
Goods? What the devil are you talking about?
Why, your pigeons, obviously. Yes, the ones you had sent Toronto, COD. They arrived early this morning, grizzle gray with a white scarf.
You pull this off, and you'll have it. Fresh liver. Fresh liver for a month.
This here's them. They came in early this morning.
Oh, my God.
Now, you see someone with a white scarf, you go. Go for all you're worth.
Here.
Huh?
You hold the bird. I'll put the diamonds in the pouch.
Diamonds?
Don't ask questions.
You're sending real bloody diamonds?
Just hold.
My pigeon?
Good job on the gun. Easy, boy, easy. You see him?
There we
Do you know anything about pigeons?
Not I, unfortunately, not a thing.
Well, I know they can fly formidable distances.
How formidable.
Oh, 100 miles, easy.
100 miles?
Yes, but if you really want to know about pigeons, I know just the fellow you should see.
Who's that?
Stu Cleary.
Do you think he'd have a list of pigeon fanciers?
Oh, does he not? He knows every loft in the county.
Well, we're going to find him.
Just 2 miles straight down the Brigganwood line.
2 miles?
Yeah, you're straight down there. You can't miss it. You'll see the loft and the smokehouse in the rear.
Here. Now, you stay. Oh, I know. Here you are, you useless mutt. Oh, well.
Oh, man. What? I just remembered Stu Cleary won't be home. Stu's in Woodstock today. Inspector! Inspector!
Last but not least, Oscar, old boy. Nice work. First, Lady Harriet will take this off. There. Then, put this back on. Easy, boy, easy. It only hurt for a second.
Hello? Hello, is there anybody up there? Oh, there you are. Couldn't you hear me?
No. Who are you?
The name's Cameron. Detective Inspector Cameron, Provincial Detective. I'm looking for Mr. Stu Cleary.
That's my father. But I'm sorry, he's not home. I trust he's not in trouble.
Oh, no, nothing of that kind. No. I'm just looking for some information. So he's not at home, and that's inconvenient. When will he be back?
Not till tomorrow, I'm afraid.
Tomorrow will be too late. Perhaps you can help me. Do you know anything about pigeons?
A little, yes.
Do you know if grizzle gray pigeons with a white scarf are familiar in these parts?
Grizzle gray with a white scarf. Look around you, Inspector. Just look around.
Oh, my God. What's this?
Nothing. I'm sorry. This here's a pigeon Pop released. My father?
Released from where?
Woodstock.
Oh.
Excuse me, I've just got to note the time.
Can I see that?
Certainly, Inspector.
A note.
Say what? If you don't mind my asking.
Just a minute. Time 2:32. Wind speed 10 miles per hour. Sucking pig for supper. Yum, yum. Don't forget to wash my socks. Pop. Cyrano! What the... it's the liver, eh? Obviously, I stink of liver, eh? Yes, come on. Come on, no.
My opinion, Inspector, you were taken. Whoever sold you that dog was a cheat, an out-and-out cheat.
You sold him to me.
No, most vehemently, no, not me. It's Uncle Caleb. If you'll recall, it was Uncle Caleb that sold you the dog, not me. I merely acted as an intermediary.
Oh, wait just a second here.
In fact, I took all the money that you gave me, every last little bit, and I spent it on masses for the repose of Uncle Caleb's soul, so don't you go belly aching to me about having been cheated.
$16 I gave for that dog. An outrageous price. I'll sell him back to you for 9.
Dog's no damn good. Couldn't find his own dirt if you tied it to his nose by a stick, too.
I'll take 8. 8 from 16 is $8 pure profit for less than 4 hours use.
You forget what that 4 hours cost the dog.
Nothing. It cost the dog nothing. The dog's in identical shape he was when I bought him.
Oh, no, he isn't. I just don't sell dogs. I sell reputations, and that dog's reputation is ruined. Outwitted by mere bird brains.
Bloodhounds can't fly. Nobody expects them to.
Inspector, in this business, you'd be surprised what people expect. All right, then, $3.50, but only out of respect. Respect pure and simple for Her Majesty's justice.
I'll take 7, you exorbitant chiseler.
Fine.
There. That ought to get the blood flowing. Well, Inspector, I have been doing a little sleuthing on my own.
A little sleuthing, eh?
Mm-hmm. Last night, I contacted our man in Toronto. Now, unquestionably, on 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, 8 pigeons were left at the freight office in Toronto. They were to go out the next morning, Wednesday, on the milk train, which they did, COD, to Mr. George McQuaid, Waterdown.
I don't suppose your man in Toronto could supply us with a description, eh?
No. Unfortunately, Tuesday was a busy day.
Tuesday afternoon, they're in Toronto. Tuesday night, they nabbed the victim. Whoever they were, they must have been damn confident they were going to get her. I don't suppose the man that left the pigeons left a name.
Indeed, he did.
Oh?
Mr. P.L. Lackgong.
Sound familiar?
No, that's not a name from around here.
Sounds like a made-up name, eh?
Yeah.
Feel like old pigeon. Huh. There's pigeon-livered and lacks gall, eh? Shakespeare. Hell, like gall.
Inspector, Sarah, she's been found.
Found where?
In Norton's woods about an hour ago.
And don't...
Come quickly, she's back at the house now. Inspector.
All right, lad. Right.
Actually, it was over so fast that I never really realized what was happening. All I remember was that somebody grabbed me, and then somebody else clamped a cloth over my face. Obviously, the cloth was chloroformed, so I blanked out instantly.
And when you woke up?
When I woke up, I was in a small shed. I was still in my nightdress, but there were 2 blankets and an old bearskin rug. As you might imagine, there was no way out. The shed had no windows, and the only door was securely locked from the outside. At first, I yelled and screamed. I made a lot of noise, but I realized it wouldn't do any good.
Is there anything else in the shed?
Food?
Food?
Oh, yes, and a change of clothes. They're over there.
Go on.
There's not much more to tell you, I'm afraid. That night, they came back.
Did you see them?
Yes, but they were disguised.
How?
Well, over their heads, not just their heads, over their shoulders as well, down to about there, they had old sacks, just potato sacks that they could see through. And underneath that, they were wearing overalls, work boots. They were both quite big, 5'10" and 5'11", I'd say. One was bigger than the other, but just slightly. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot.
Yeah?
Well, this might help, actually. When they were tying me up, they were both wearing gloves, but I saw the hair on one of their wrists, and it was red.
Red?
Yes. Not much to go on, I'm afraid.
After they had tied you up, then what?
Well, then they must have chloroformed me again, because the next thing I remember was waking up in Norton's woods. I found my way out, and, well, here I am.
When you had recovered from the effects of the chloroform, Mrs. Norris, did you notice any other peculiar smells?
Smells? Not that I can think of.
Smoke, Mrs. Norris. To me, this smells of smoke. Excuse me, Miss Cleary, I'm looking for your father.
Oh, he's out back, Inspector. In the smokehouse.
Oh, thank you.
You must be Inspector Cameron. You've been up here before, Harriet tells me.
That's right.
What brings you back?
Oh, I'd have a word with you.
Can you hold on just a minute there, Inspector? Just want to rack these hams first.
Certainly.
Hickory cured. Do it ourselves. Now we'll get the door. Do you want to pull that lever there, Inspector?
This one?
Yes, that's the one. Closes the draft and the flue. Fills the curing room with smoke.
Oh. Mr. Cleary, I'm told you know everything there is to know about pigeons.
What do you want to know?
When the birds that carried the ransom were released from the station, they circled once and then took off.
What direction?
Due north.
That puts my loft right on their path, eh?
Exactly.
So what you're really looking for is an alibi.
That's right.
Well, on Wednesday, I was in Woodstock. I presume my birds were here. I couldn't swear to it.
What about Tuesday?
Why Tuesday, too?
Well, Tuesday they were in Toronto, the birds. They were in Toronto, they couldn't be here.
Oh, on Tuesday, all my birds was here, Inspector. Oh, they was here. I can prove that.
How?
Well, on Tuesday, I was flying my birds. Me, Harry Jones, Frank McAvoy. That means that they can vouch for my birds and I can vouch for theirs. So I guess that lets me off the hook, eh?
Looks like it.
Good. Now, I got a question for you.
Fair enough.
I've been thinking about this here kidnapping. The more I think about it, the more there's just one thing that I can't quite understand.
What's that?
Well, as you know, on Wednesday morning, I went to Woodstock by train. At the station, Pete told me about McQuaid's birds. Naturally, I went to have a look. Well, to me, them birds didn't look like homers. They looked like squabs. Eating birds.
Oh, but they had pouches on them.
Nope. Not when I saw them. No bands, no pouches.
But that's impossible.
Puzzled or not, that's the truth. They were squabs. No pouches.
This whole experience has been an ordeal for you, Sarah. A terrible ordeal. Obviously, you need time to recover, time away.
Actually, Father, I feel fine. Quite fine.
Please don't argue, Sarah. I've given this matter considerable thought. You'll visit your cousins in Victoria. Aunt Gwen will go with you. I've already bought the tickets.
And what about Sam?
Sam is a bankrupt. He must stay and face his creditors.
And I, as his wife, must stay with him.
Oh, let's not fight, please, Sarah. All I'm asking is that you go away for a while, just a little while, just to think things over.
But I don't need to.
You mean you refuse to?
Why do you persist in hating Sam? Why not just let the past be?
Because it is not the past, it is now. Sam Norris brought you nothing but sorrow. Humiliation, anguish, sorrow, nothing but. Be done with him, please.
Sam is my husband. I love him. I always will.
Then you're a fool. A fool, Sarah, a fool.
You hate Sam, and so does Father, but he's a good man. He loves me.
He does not love you, you stupid, stupid girl. He's an adulterer. I had wanted to tell you before, but I couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to. An adulterer, Sarah. Him and Harriet Cleary.
Harriet?
Yes, your Harriet, your so-called best friend. I saw them. Down by the river, I saw them. Adulterer. Fornicator.
No, definitely not. No, the pouches were on the birds. When McQuaid and I opened the coop, the pouches were on the birds.
Not just in the coop.
No, damn it. On. They were on the birds.
However, Wednesday morning, when Stu Cleary on his way to Woodstock and Harriet arrived at the station, Stu Cleary looked at the birds Likeable had sent from Toronto and observed that they were eating birds. Therefore, they could have had no pouches. Never mind about it. Go on about Stu.
Well, then Stu and I went off down the platform to get his ticket.
Where was Harriet?
Harriet, she leaves.
To go where?
To market, to sell some birds.
What kind of birds?
Squawks. Squawks for eating.
Did you see her leave?
Yes.
And after that, you were in here, eh?
That's right.
No great view of the platform, I notice.
What are you getting at?
The pigeons Likeable sent from Toronto were not, as stress, were not homing pigeons. They were just what Stu Cleary said they were. Eating birds. Untrained, untraceable. And while you were in here conversing, and not observant of what was happening on the platform, obviously somebody switched them.
Switched them?
Exactly. And the somebody who did it precisely to provide the Cleary pigeons with an alibi.
Harriet.
Harriet. While you and Stu were in here shooting the breeze, she took the so-called eating birds from the wagon, actually, 8 of Cleary's trained homers, and switched them with the untrained, untraceable birds Likeable had sent from Toronto. And she took the Likeable pigeons and sold them in the market. Eh? Clever, damn clever.
Who then is the mysterious Mr. Likeable?
Tuesday, Sam Norris was in Toronto.
Harriet? Look, keep an eye on the door. You two get the jewels.
Where are they?
Over here. Oh, my God. What? Quick, somebody's coming. We have to hide. Just leave those, leave those. Let's get the camera. Come on.
Inspector.
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Norris, for calling so early, but I'd like to speak to Sam.
Sam's not here.
Not here?
No, he's disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
I mean, my husband and Harriet Cleary are lovers. I only found out yesterday myself.
Lovers, I see.
Yes, my aunt told me. At first I didn't believe her, but she swore to it.
Go on.
Well, right off I accused Sam of it, and he denied it at first. He swore up and down that it was all lies, and that, well, when I told him that my aunt had seen them together, the exact time, the exact place, he just sort of broke down. He started to beg and plead, and told me that I was the only woman he'd ever loved. But my eyes were open by that time, and I told him that we were finished.
So he left?
Yes.
Mrs. Norris, have you got a glove or a piece of Sam's clothing?
Yes?
Well, would you mind getting it for me, please?
Yes, it's upstairs.
Ah, thank you.
Don't tell me, Inspector. Let me guess. There's been an exciting new development in the McQuaid kidnapping case, and you need a first-class bloodhound. Only yesterday I got a new hound, a truly first-class hound. Here. Look at him here.
Cyrano, huh?
So you know the dog. Then you'll know what a truly first-class hound he is. I suspect you also know what an outrageous price I had to pay for him.
Oh, yeah.
So he seems to like you.
Yeah.
Never sell a dog to someone he doesn't like, no matter what the price.
Oh, how am I going to justify this in the accounts, eh?
Lovers,
I said.
Sam Norris and my Harriet.
You're not surprised?
Damn right I am. Maybe I'm not. Young Harriet ain't a bad looker.
So Sam Norris called for Harriet. Together they both went across the backyard. Then what?
I don't know. That's the last I seen of them. You're not suggesting them two ran off together.
Well, let's just say I'm suggesting it's a possibility.
Sam Norris and young Harriet. I'll be damned. No, the last I seen of them, they was out here in the yard.
Needless to say, Father, in the last 24 hours, I've done a lot of thinking.
I'm glad to hear it, Sarah.
You were right about Sam, Father. All along, it turns out, you've been right about him. But now, at last, I can see it, too. And so I've come to ask you for your forgiveness, to beg for it if necessary.
There's no need, Sarah. My dear, dear daughter.
No, you daft gobbless mutt. There's nothing there. What's this, lad? No, just a minute. Stop eating, boy. Stop eating. No, boy. Come here now. Don't go after that ham. Hey. Diamonds, you know. Diamonds.
Do I dare believe it? Is our long quarrel at last finally over?
Over, Sarah. Over forever.
So Sam ran off with Harriet. And left these behind, eh? A likely story.
Yes, it all starts to make sense. Obviously, it was Sam that chloroformed me.
He's totally unscrupulous, that man. I always said he was...
Oh, brilliantly reconstructed, Mrs. Norris. Do continue.
Well, once I was unconscious, the rest would be easy. He could just slip out the back and carry me... Where?
Somewhere not too far, I should think.
The Cleary Farm? But of course, the Cleary pigeons, the Cleary Farm.
But when the milkman found Sam, he was all tied up.
Well, by Harriet, obviously. Once I was safely hidden away, she could sneak back here with Sam and do it easily. In fact, they could have done the whole thing themselves, just the two of them.
And as if further proof were needed. Now they've run.
So it seems. Taken the jewels and run.
Well, my telling Sam that I knew about him and Harriet is what tipped him off. By now, they could be hundreds of miles away.
Don't worry about that, my dear. Inspector, I intend to offer a reward. A $300 reward for information leading to their capture.
Oh, an excellent idea, Mr. McQuaid. I should advertise continent-wide. As your daughter suggests, by this time, they may be anywhere. As far as I'm concerned, the kidnapping case is solved. My job now is to find the culprits. And to do that, I can best spread my net from Toronto.
You'll be leaving then?
Yes, tonight, by the 6 o'clock train. Perhaps I can be of some help.
Why aren't you in Toronto?
Miss McCrae. I presume you're looking for these.
Sam and Harry, they've
What?
gone.
Absconded? If they did, Mrs. Norris, surely they would have taken the diamonds with them.
Oh, no, don't you see, they panicked.
Whatever for?
Well, when I told them that I knew about...
Ah, but you never did. Instead, you arranged for all three of you to meet here.
Here.
That's right. In the smokehouse. Where in fact, all three of you. Come on! You alive? Hey, dead!
Here, old Cyrano, vindicated at last. What are you going to do with him now?
Get rid of him, obviously. A young niece presents problems enough for an old bachelor of eccentric habits, but she, coupled with a bloodhound, would be
Oh, incidentally, you might be interested to know that bloodhounds are fetching quite a price today, especially in Waterdown.
Oh, yeah, come.
Haven't you seen today's paper? McQuaid's offering a reward. Quite a tidy sum.
Oh, of course, yes, for the capture of Sam and Harriet. Yes, but then there's no point in...
The word hasn't leaked out yet, you see. So all that stands between you and $300 is a first-class bloodhound and a pair of Sam's old socks. Or so everybody thinks.
Well, now, along with that interesting piece of information, who should arrive but,
Sheila McLaughlin, Inspector. I just thought I'd drop in to see you off. Oh, sensible of you, Inspector. No sense wasting valuable time trying to track down the culprits.
Oh, no.
Much better to get on to more important things.
You know, Sheba, in these last few days, I've grown quite fond of Cyrano, haven't I, you dear old thing? In fact, I've decided to take him home with me and give him to my niece. Only the other week she was saying how she would like a dog.
Oh, no, Inspector. Cyrano's a killer. Only last year, he attacked, mauled, maimed, and molested a darling little 12-year-old girl.
Oh, well, perhaps I ought to sell him then, eh?
Yes, sell him. Sell him fast. Just as a matter of curiosity, how much?
Well, now, my friend tells me that in Toronto, a first-class bloodhound like this would bring me a fair price.
Oh, I would say $50 at least.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Inspector. Someone's a killer. Oh. Knowing that, how in conscience could you sell him to an innocent party?
You did, Sheba.
Yes. Now I want to make amends.
Oh, well, then, if it's a matter of conscience, I suppose I could sell him. Shall we say $60?
$60? That's outrageous. I'll make it 10. But only, as you say, to solve my conscience.
No. I couldn't let him go for less than 50.
25.
No. 48, 75.
25.
No. 49.